Hey my friends, this is Late Boy Scout. I'm out here late at night in single-digit temperatures in early January 2015 to bring you this review of the Archer 1A and 2A version 2 flashlights from Thrunite. Today we're going to test these flashlights out a little bit, do a little demonstration with them, talk about their features, and also talk a little bit about the role that I see them fitting into. Stick around. The role that I see these working well in is sort of a high-powered EDC, or perhaps also like a backpacking light or outdoors light. Also, pretty much just a general purpose light. And given that they use the 2A or the AA batteries, excuse me, in each one of these, given that they use those batteries, they are extremely versatile. You don't need special batteries, you don't need especially expensive batteries. It's nice to have higher powered ones, maybe some lithium energizer batteries or something like that. But really you can use about any cheap AA flashlight or AA battery that you come across, which makes these very good general purpose lights that you can pretty much always have some power in. It really comes down to, do you want one with a little bit higher power that would be this one, a little bit higher powered, that's got slightly bigger, brighter modes to it and probably longer lasting with the 2 AA batteries, or something that's more compact, won't last as long, and the highest mode is a little bit lower. It really comes down to what you prefer to have. So it could be sort of a larger EDC flashlight, it could be a backpacking, it could be a household, it could be a car emergency kit flashlight. It's a very, very versatile flashlight. Really, I see these as kind of two versions of the exact same light. I think Thrunite sees it that way as well. And that's basically the role that I see them fitting into, and they, I think, would fit into them very well. Now to the functionality of the lights, what you've got are clicky tail caps, which do have momentary on features to them. So you can hold that down just for as long as you need to run it. Same goes on the 1A. You can hold it down, or you can click it and get a steady on. Same goes with this one. So I do like that feature a lot. I always love those tail caps that you can push down and have that momentary on. I find it really convenient and really nice. So that's a great feature. Now, a really interesting feature that these lights come with that I've never seen on a flashlight before, and I'm still not quite sure why it's there, but I think it's so cool, is this right here. When you turn them off, see that little glowing blue ring right there? And on this one as well? That's glowing. Like, it's got some glow material in there that makes it so that it glows from the light that is being sent out of the emitter. I guess the reason for something like that would be that if you have your flashlight running for a while, you turn it off or you drop it or something like that and it gets turned off and you got to be able to find it again, or maybe it's in your tent or something like that. It's way easier to find it because it's still got this little glowing indicator on it. Cycling through the modes on these flashlights is accomplished by using this forward switch right here, this little white one. I kind of like that a lot, actually. I like not having to go to the rear of the light in order to get to the mode that I want to reach. It's kind of nice that if I'm going to cycle through the modes, I just kind of press this thing up here in the position that I would naturally hold the light anyway. If you think you get annoyed by the fact that you have to cycle through all those modes to get to the mode you'll like every time you turn the light on, don't worry about it. It actually has a memory function so that whichever mode you switched it off at, it'll actually be in that mode when you switch it on again. The exact lumen count on that Archer 2A is 0.055 lumens in Firefly mode. That'll run for 672 hours. Low mode 17 lumens, 96 hours. Medium is 75 lumens and that comes to about 11 hours from a full battery charge. High is 450 lumens, and that should give you about 100 minutes. Strobe is 450 lumens as well, and that should give you about 140 minutes. Now the specs on the 1A are identical as far as the output, however the duration of the output does change. So the Firefly mode at 0.055 lumens goes 408 hours as opposed to 672 on the 2A. The low at 17 lumens goes 22 hours as opposed to 96 on the 2A. The medium goes 75 lumens but 5 hours as opposed to 11 on the 2A. The high is definitely lower at 180 lumens as opposed to 450 lumens on the 2A, and it's 115 minutes as opposed to 100 minutes. Then strobe is 180 lumens again at 3.5 hours versus the 140 minutes of the 2A. So you get a slight advantage with the duration of that high mode, but everything else is much shorter duration, and of course the high mode on the 1A is quite a bit lower. I've got the Archer 1A set to high mode. I'm going to send that out to the end of that road over there and see if I can locate the reflective jacket that I set up. And there it is, clearly in the middle of the screen. If that were a coyote's eyes right now, that dog would be dead. And let's go ahead and do the same thing with the Archer 2A at full mode. Much brighter, as you can tell, and easily picks up that reflective jacket. That is 100 yards away. So either one of these lights will help you identify definitely an animal at that distance, and possibly many other things. Now, both of these lights have pretty good impact resistance as well as waterproofness. They are supposed to be impact resistant to about 2 meters. Also waterproofness down to about, what it says is about 1.5 meters. I would compare these in size and weight to flashlights like the Phoenix LD10 and LD20. I would say they're very closely related in, definitely in purpose and in general use. And again, in size, they're very, very close. They both have a pocket clip on them. The Archer 1A has a pocket clip that you can reposition from this ring right about here. You can see where I'm pointing. There's a ring riding right there. That pocket clip will ride there very smoothly. You can also force it onto this sort of strip right here where there is some knurling, and it's not really designed to be in that spot, but it has stuck there and held pretty well for me. From an EDC standpoint, that makes a bit more sense, and look at that pocket clip and how low it rides. So I do like that quite a lot. That is a nice feature. You also get the exact same pocket clip on the 2A. However, that's a little bit harder to mount in a way that's useful, if you ask me. I've got it mounted at the emitter instead of at the base. If you move that pocket clip to this area right here, it will slide back and forth on this whole smooth area right here because there's no real stopper for it. However, if you have it up there at the emitter head, there's actually a groove carved out for it where it's clipping in. You can see that right there. And so for that reason as well, I feel like for the 2A, it works better if you have that pocket clip up by the emitter. Both of these flashlights come with 2 extra O-rings, and they would need those because you've got 1 O-ring up here at that seal and 1 O-ring down here at that seal. Same goes for this one. The aircraft grade aluminum body on each of these lights is covered in nice textured knurling, so you're going to maintain a nice firm grip on it however you're using it. The base of each of them has kind of a U-shaped protector over the clicky tail cap, which will make it so it doesn't accidentally get turned on, whether that's in a bag or your pocket or some other situation. Very good feature there. The strike bezel at the top, you can see is kind of like a crown going on up there. So that's actually a separate piece made of stainless steel. So that is going to be more durable, more more damaging, if I should say that, than aluminum might be, which is probably a good thing. If you're going to have a strike bezel on the front, yeah, making it a harder material makes a lot of sense. Speaking of harder material, that is tempered glass, and it does have an anti-reflective coating. You've also got some nice, good orange peel inside of the emitter down there, that sort of bell inside of that, which creates a great, just a really good clean flood. Now, Thrunite did send me these 2 flashlights for testing and review. I can't say that I've done any sort of torture testing with them, but I have absolutely put them into their intended role and used them pretty well for those roles. And I find them to be very durable, very useful, easy flashlights to use. I love the fact that they're both AA, and the versatility that goes along with that is fantastic. So I definitely recommend them. I think they're priced pretty well too. You can check Amazon.com for the actual price, as that may change in the future. Guys, thanks very much for watching. This has been my review of the Thrunite 1A and 2A version 2. I'm Late Boy Scout. We'll see y'all later.
The clip clips on and clips off, and reverse it, goes right there. Very easy to do, and guess what that means? Yeah, that's right. You can pop that on the bill of your hat just as easily as you can the Thrunite micro screen.